a friend of yours and mine. Please welcome David Diego Rodriguez.
Namaste. Okay. I feel like I'm on the set of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So yeah. I teach Spanish. Yeah, woo. So I've been teaching 25 years, and at the university, you have to take 2 years of a foreign language, and everybody picks Spanish because they think it's the easiest language. And they think they know Spanish because they know words like taco, burrito, and other words they remember from the Taco Bell menu. So they think Spanish is easy. All you have to do is add the letter O to any English word, right? So it's like, Robert, what can you say in Spanish? And he's like, Mayo name is Roberto. And I'm like, well, Roberto is actually Spanish, so that's not bad. But when I was a new teacher, students would mess with me, so they'd ask me questions like, how do you say, I'm like, hold on, this is Spanish class, so you have to start out, ¿Cómo se dice? All right, ¿Cómo se dice burrito? It's like, it's already in Spanish. Oh, and by the way, if you go to Mexico, don't ask for a burrito, because they'll be wondering what you plan on doing with a small donkey. And then they would ask me other things like, oh, how do you say jazz hands? I'm like, I don't know, manos de flamenco, And my favorite one was, ¿Cómo se dice bootylicious? I'm like, well, it's not in the dictionary, but I took a stab at it. I'm like, bootylicious? But growing up, my first language was Spanish. I come from a small Mexican family of 6. So yeah. And my father's family and my mother's family, they had 15 children. Yeah, so my mother always tells everybody she's a virgin because she only had 6 children. So I only spoke Spanish until my first day of school, and so I was a lost little boy in kindergarten. I didn't know what was going on, but luckily I sat next to Bridget Bryan, so I just did everything Bridget did. So she pulled out her crayons, I pulled out my crayons. She put her head down to take a nap, I put my head down to take a nap. And then we had to tell a little something about ourselves. Bridget says, I am now a big sister. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I thought, I have a sister. So I says, I am now a big sister too, and it didn't go well. Recently we adopted a rescue dog. Oh, thank you, make me feel like a hero. And that's why I'm wearing dog hair. And Earl, that's the name he came with, so they shipped him up from a shelter in Austin, Texas. I guess that's how they name him down there, And we kept the name because I liked it because our previous dogs were Queenie and Duke and Princess, so Earl fit right in with that royalty, that lineage of royalty, So we like that, yeah. And what else? Yeah, Earl, well, my wife and I decided when we get this dog, no Chihuahuas, no Pit Bulls. And so we adopted Earl, very nice dog, doesn't bark, doesn't bite. And then we decided to have his DNA done, and it turns out that he's half Chihuahua, half Pit Bull. So he looks like a Chihuahua on steroids, And I'm thinking, hey, I should have him audition for one of those Marvel Universe movies, Maybe he could team up with the raccoon, right? So, I'm Chihuahua, the rescue dog, right? So, then my wife decided, we're gonna go to obedience school, right? And yeah, so it's like, and I'm pretty sure my wife meant that obedience school more for me than for Earl, right? So, but it was actually very helpful, you know, so we learned good commands like sit, stay, paw, right? And we made a good team, you know, so we graduated at the top of the class, you know, and now even my wife has to admit that I am a very good boy, you know? Yeah, so, okay, so I guess thank you for listening to me, so